In a world where smartphones can track the exact number of steps we take in a day, yet millions of humans still walk in darkness, unaware of the truths within themselves and the cosmos, there lies a paradox. We are more connected than ever. Every person on Earth is a click away from infinite knowledge, but we are also somehow more fragmented than ever, separated by the invisible lines of fear, misunderstanding, and distraction. And yet, here we are, creatures of stardust, born in a universe that has existed for billions of years, capable of looking up and asking the same questions that ancient humans asked by firelight. Who am I? Why am I here? Consider for a moment the night sky, the vast expanse of space that stretches beyond the limits of our imagination. Each star is a sun, burning with energy that has traveled across incomprehensible distances to reach our eyes. Some of these photons left their star when the first human civilizations were just beginning to learn the secrets of agriculture and fire. We are literally looking into the past every time we look at the night sky. And yet, here we are, searching not just for distant stars, but for the distant truths within ourselves. This search has taken many forms. Across cultures, across centuries, humans have sought guidance from the heavens. Astrology, often dismissed in the rational modern age, persists because it echoes a deep-seated desire. The desire to map ourselves against the cosmos, to understand our own patterns, our tendencies, our moments of brilliance, and our shadows. Birth months, those seemingly arbitrary slices of time, have carried symbolic resonance for millennia. They are not just calendar markers. They are reflections of the rhythms of the cosmos, of the cycles of Earth, of the seasons that sculpt our collective consciousness. But astrology alone is not enough. The natural world has its own mirrors, its own reflections of our inner lives. Spirit animals, archetypes that appear in dreams, myths, and encounters with the living creatures that share this planet with us, offer a different kind of wisdom. Where the stars map patterns in the heavens, spirit animals map patterns in the soul. They teach us courage, patience, perception. They reflect our strengths and our vulnerabilities. They remind us that we are part of an interconnected web, a biosphere in which every action, however small, ripples outward in ways we may never fully understand. Imagine, then, for a moment, the convergence of these two forces. Your birth month, the celestial imprint of the universe at the precise moment of your arrival, and your spirit animal, the earthly guide that reflects your inner nature. This is not mystical fluff. It is a profound recognition of pattern, of resonance, of symmetry between the macrocosm and the microcosm. The universe is vast, but it is not indifferent. It is intelligible, it is comprehensible. And in understanding the alignment of celestial rhythm and animal wisdom, we begin to understand ourselves, our place, and our responsibilities. Think of the eagle, soaring high above the mountains, seeing with clarity that we humans can only dream of. Or the owl, silent and observant, navigating the night with senses attuned to subtleties we often overlook. Each animal embodies qualities that the human spirit seeks: vision, intuition, endurance, patience. And just as the stars do not judge, they simply exist and exert influence, our spirit animals do not lecture. They remind us of the potential embedded in our being. And yet, there is a question that lingers. Why, in an age of such immense technological power, do we still struggle to recognize our own potential? Perhaps it is because the cosmos is infinite, and the human mind, though astonishing, is still in its adolescence. Perhaps it is because understanding requires reflection, and reflection requires stillness, and stillness has become a scarce resource. We move so quickly from one stimulus to the next, measuring success in clicks and likes, that we forget to pause and ask, who am I beneath the noise? What is my pattern in the symphony of existence? Science teaches us to observe, to hypothesize, to seek patterns. Philosophy teaches us to question, to wonder, to empathize. Spirit animals teach us to feel, to attune, to recognize the wisdom that cannot be quantified, but can only be experienced. Birth months and celestial alignments remind us that there is order and rhythm in the universe, but they also remind us that chaos exists, that unpredictability is inevitable. We are stardust, yes, but stardust with agency, capable of influencing the very world we inhabit. And so, dear listener, I invite you to consider this. Your birth month and your spirit animal are more than curiosities. They are invitations to explore the hidden depths of yourself, to recognize the patterns that shape your thoughts, your choices, and your impact on the world. The eagle asks you to rise above your fears. The owl asks you to see clearly, even in darkness. Your birth month asks you to acknowledge the cosmic rhythms that shaped you and to align yourself with them consciously. The journey of self-discovery is not trivial. It is not entertainment. It is serious work, yet it is also an adventure. We are living in an extraordinary epoch where humanity has the power to shape the future of life on this planet and beyond. And yet, this power carries responsibility. To know oneself is to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. The stars that shine, the creatures that guide, the ecosystems that sustain life. As we continue this exploration, we will examine each birth month and its resonance with specific archetypal animal guides. We will uncover the ways in which the patterns of the cosmos mirror the patterns within us. We will reflect on the lessons encoded in these connections: patience, courage, curiosity, adaptability, and above all, empathy. Because understanding your own potential is inseparable from understanding your responsibility to the world around you. Consider, for a moment, the month in which you were born, not merely as a date on a calendar, but as a point in a cosmic symphony, a specific alignment of planets, a particular position of the sun against the backdrop of distant stars, a unique moment in the vast continuum of space and time. This is no trivial coincidence. Each birth month carries an energetic resonance, a set of patterns that subtly inform your personality, your tendencies, the rhythm of your thoughts, and the shape of your emotions. Take January, for example, a month of icy clarity and raw potential. In the northern hemisphere, the trees are bare, stripped to their essence, revealing the skeleton of the world itself. There is a purity in this starkness, a reminder that even in apparent emptiness, there is possibility. People born in this month often carry this paradox within themselves: a strength of will paired with a reflective depth, a capacity to build from nothing into something enduring. In cosmic terms, January aligns with Capricorn, whose energy reflects ambition, structure, and discipline, but also a patience honed by the slow march of the seasons. Contrast this with June, a month bathed in sunlight and abundant growth. Here, the world teems with life. Every day seems longer, every shadow shorter. Those born in this month often inherit this vitality, the natural optimism that comes from immersion in a season of expansion. But there is also duality. June is at the cusp of change, the solstice marking the pivot point of the year. Individuals born under this month are often adept at navigating transition, capable of balancing introspection with exuberant expression. Their spirit animal may be a creature attuned to both light and shadow, reflecting their capacity to thrive in complexity. Now, imagine these patterns in conjunction with spirit animals, the silent, wise, patient guides who walk beside us, unseen yet ever present. The eagle, for instance, is more than a bird. It is a symbol of perspective. From its vantage high above the terrain, it sees beyond the immediate, perceiving patterns invisible to those caught in the mundane. For those born in months like January, whose journey often begins in introspection and deliberate action, the eagle reminds them that the challenges of the world are not only obstacles, but also opportunities to gain clarity. The owl, conversely, is a creature of quiet reflection, of insight born in stillness. It thrives in darkness, not by force, but by attunement, teaching us that understanding often comes not from speed or activity, but from observation and patience. Those born under more introspective months, perhaps November or December, find resonance here, a reminder that wisdom is cultivated in silence, not noise. And so we begin to see a profound symmetry. The universe, in its vast complexity, mirrors our inner complexity. Birth months encode the rhythms of life, while spirit animals encode the strategies of thriving. The dance between them is not mystical. It is natural, observable, comprehensible. It is a reminder that our lives are embedded in networks of cause and effect, patterns and resonance, as elegant and precise as the orbits of planets or the unfolding of galaxies. Yet, amid all this elegance, there is a pressing question. If the universe is intelligible, if the cosmos follows laws we can perceive, why does humanity still falter in understanding itself? Perhaps the answer lies in distraction. Perhaps it lies in the habit of seeking meaning externally, in others' voices, in fleeting entertainment, rather than looking inward and upward simultaneously. Astrophysicists often remind us that matter cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Energy, too, flows and transforms, moving from one state to another, following the laws of physics with precision, yet always allowing for variability and spontaneity. Our lives are no different. The energy of our thoughts, actions, and intentions transforms not always predictably, but always consequentially. When we align ourselves with the rhythms of our birth month and the guidance of our spirit animal, we harness this energy deliberately, turning potential into meaningful action. Let us explore this further. Imagine someone born under the vibrant sun of July, aligned with the sign of Leo, whose energy pulses with creativity, courage, and warmth. Their spirit animal might be the lion itself or another creature embodying leadership, vigilance, and protective instinct. This individual carries within them the raw material for both personal greatness and communal responsibility. The universe has given them gifts. Their duty is not merely to survive, but to use those gifts wisely, to elevate not only themselves but those around them. Or consider those born in October, a month of transition, when day and night approach perfect balance at the equinox. Their astrology, often Libra, imbues them with the desire for harmony, fairness, and equilibrium. The spirit animal here might be the wolf, a creature that thrives in pack dynamics, balancing independence with interdependence, teaching lessons of loyalty, strategy, and social intelligence. Such individuals illustrate the profound lesson of our interconnectedness. No one thrives alone. No one evolves in isolation. The universe thrives in networks, so too must we. And here, perhaps, lies the message that threads itself through the entirety of this exploration. Personal responsibility is not an abstract ideal. It is a practical, tangible imperative. Just as the stars influence our potential, just as our spirit animals guide our tendencies, the choices we make in daily life reverberate across systems, social, ecological, even cosmic in metaphor. To be alive in this era is to acknowledge that your existence has weight, and that the unfolding of your energy, your decisions, and your presence shapes the world. In this sense, knowing your birth month and spirit animal is not simply a curiosity, it is a tool for reflection and action. It is an invitation to ask, am I aligned with my own potential? Am I listening to the guides, both celestial and terrestrial, that whisper truths about who I can be? Am I contributing positively to the systems that surround me? And so, as we move forward, let us contemplate February, a month often caught between the residual cold of winter and the first whispers of spring. Its days are short, its nights long, and in that tension lies an unspoken lesson, that growth is not instantaneous, that progress is often measured not in leaps, but in patient increments. People born under this month, Aquarius in astrology, are often innovators, dreamers who gaze at the stars not only in wonder but with intent, seeking patterns, solutions, and possibilities where others see only chaos. Their spirit animal might be the dolphin, a creature known for intelligence, playfulness, and social awareness, reminding us that even in isolation, we are never truly disconnected from the networks that sustain life. March carries a different cadence a month, when the ice begins to recede, when the first buds break through the frozen soil. Pisces, the sign aligned with March, embodies fluidity, empathy, and imagination. The spirit animal here may be the swan, gliding gracefully across the waters of life, teaching lessons of poise amidst turbulence. And here we find a profound cosmic metaphor. The universe is in constant flux. The planets orbit, stars are born and die, galaxies collide and transform. Life, too, is an ebb and flow, and understanding our rhythm is the first step toward harmonizing with it. April is a month of renewal, of vibrant life force returning to the world. Aries, its astrological sign, is the spark, the flame that ignites action. Those born under this month often carry a pioneering spirit, a desire to initiate, to explore, to assert their presence. The spirit animal here might be the falcon, swift and precise, teaching us to navigate the currents of opportunity with focus and clarity. Yet, as with all energy, the challenge is balance. The same fire that drives creation can also consume. Awareness, therefore, is our tether to responsibility. May follows a time of flowering, of stabilization. Taurus is patient, steady, and grounded, reflecting the slow but inevitable growth of the earth itself. Here, the spirit animal may be the bear, powerful, enduring, yet gentle in its rhythms. Individuals born in May learn that strength without restraint is chaos, and that true influence lies in persistence in the quiet shaping of the world over time. June, as we have seen, is abundant, radiant, and expansive. Gemini, its sign, embodies curiosity and adaptability. The butterfly, a possible spirit animal, mirrors the duality and transformation inherent in this month, reminding us that change is not a threat, but an invitation to evolve. And here, we find a lesson for our modern era. Flexibility is survival, awareness is power, and joy can coexist with responsibility. July. July is the heart of summer. Leo, the lion, the quintessential archetype of courage, leadership, and warmth. Here, the cosmos offers a reminder. Brilliance is meant to be shared, light to be extended outward. The lion, the sun itself, incarnate in spirit, asks us not merely to exist, but to shine, to protect, to inspire. It is in July-born individuals that we often see the archetype of the hero, not in the mythic sense, but in the practical, human, and deeply social sense. August continues this luminous trend, with the sun still high in the sky, nurturing growth and encouraging self-expression. Virgo in astrology tempers this intensity with careful analysis, practical wisdom, and humility. Perhaps the fox, with its cleverness and adaptability, is their spirit guide, teaching lessons in observation, strategy, and the measured application of talent. August-born individuals remind us that genius without discipline is fleeting, brilliance without empathy is hollow. September, the cusp of autumn, brings reflection, balance, and preparation. Libra is its sign, embodying justice, fairness, and relational harmony. The owl, emerging in the twilight, mirrors this month's spirit, perceptive, wise, and patient. September-born individuals teach us that clarity often comes not from action alone, but from observation, contemplation, and the courage to choose the path of equilibrium amidst the chaos of the world. October, as previously mentioned, is a month of transformation, of recalibration. Scorpio, intense and profound, is aligned here. Its spirit animal may be the wolf, mysterious, strategic, fiercely loyal, and socially attuned. October-born individuals remind us that the universe often asks for courage in subtle forms. The courage to observe, to wait, to act with precision, and to recognize the interdependence of all things. November, the threshold of winter, brings introspection and depth. Sagittarius in astrology is aligned with exploration not merely of geography, but of mind, spirit, and belief. The spirit animal might be the horse, symbolizing freedom, endurance, and the journey toward truth. Here lies a cosmic metaphor. We are travelers through space and time, and our ethical compass, guided by curiosity and courage, is as important as any destination. December closes the circle, a month of reflection and illumination. Capricorn, disciplined, practical, and enduring, embodies the slow but deliberate ascent toward higher understanding. Its spirit animal may be the elephant, revered across cultures for wisdom, memory, and social cohesion. December-born individuals remind us that the most profound journeys are often those of patience, resilience, and the steadfast pursuit of meaningful contribution. And now, dear listener, having traced the path of the months, the celestial alignments, and the guiding spirits that accompany us, we arrive at the central insight. Our lives are not isolated, trivial, or accidental. We are embedded in a cosmic framework, intertwined with celestial rhythms, natural cycles, and the spirits of creatures whose wisdom has been encoded in human consciousness across millennia. The universe does not demand our perfection, it demands our awareness. It challenges us not to reach for escape, distraction, or immediate gratification, but to align with our inner nature, with the principles that sustain life, and with the vast interdependent network of all existence. Consider gravity, for example. It is invisible, silent, yet it governs motion, orbits, and trajectories across the cosmos. We cannot escape it, and yet, within its invisible pull lies the possibility of precision, balance, and structure. Our ethical and spiritual lives function similarly. Invisible forces, our choices, our attentiveness, our courage determine the orbits of our impact, the trajectories of those around us, and ultimately, the unfolding of the systems we inhabit. To embrace your birth month, your spirit animal, and your cosmic positioning is to acknowledge responsibility. It is to recognize that you too are a force in motion, a node of influence in a network as vast as the observable universe. Each action, no matter how small, reverberates, reshaping not only your personal trajectory, but the trajectories of those touched by your presence. And so, the challenge is simple yet profound. To live with awareness, to cultivate understanding, to act with integrity, and to extend kindness and insight beyond the narrow confines of self-interest. To see yourself as a participant in the great cosmic experiment, not merely as a consumer of experience, but as a conscious co-creator of reality. In doing so, you honor not only the wisdom of the stars and the spirits, but the possibility of humanity itself. You transform curiosity into insight, insight into action, and action into legacy. The journey from birth to self-realization is neither straight nor predictable, but it is as certain in its potential as the orbit of planets around their stars. And in this light, your birth month and spirit animal are not trivial curiosities. They are signposts, guides, and reminders of the possibilities embedded within you. They are invitations to attune to your own rhythm, to observe the universe with discernment, to act with courage, and to live with profound respect for the interconnected web that sustains life. So I leave you with this reflection. As you gaze at the night sky tonight, or observe the first light of dawn tomorrow, you are both minute and monumental, fragile yet enduring, fleeting yet eternal. Your birth month whispers a story. Your spirit animal offers guidance, and the universe itself awaits your conscious participation. The question is not what the cosmos can do for you, but what you will do with the cosmos within you. And so, as you stand on the precipice of understanding, I ask you to consider a truth both humbling and inspiring. The universe is vast beyond comprehension. There are galaxies you will never see, stars that burned and died before life on Earth had even begun, and planets with their own stories, quietly unfolding, indifferent to the presence of humans. And yet, despite this immensity, you exist. You exist as a consciousness capable of thought, of reflection, of choice, and, astonishingly, capable of understanding the universe itself. This paradox that we are simultaneously infinitesimal and profound demands a reckoning. It asks us to examine our priorities, to reconsider what it means to live a meaningful life, and to recognize that every moment of awareness is a gift, a rare alignment of biology, chemistry, and cosmic chance that has allowed you to witness existence itself. And within this awareness lies responsibility. You are not merely a spectator in the cosmic theater, you are a participant. Your thoughts ripple through the lives of others. Your choices shape ecosystems, both social and natural. Your attention, or your lack thereof, influences the trajectory of communities, nations, and even the delicate balance of life on Earth. In this context, the alignment of your birth month, your spirit animal, and the qualities they embody is no longer a whimsical curiosity. It becomes a blueprint for how to navigate the world with wisdom, courage, and empathy. Take a moment to reflect on your spirit animal once more. Perhaps it is the eagle, soaring high, seeing far beyond what the naked eye perceives. Or perhaps it is the wolf, moving silently but purposefully, aware of every subtle shift in the environment. Maybe it is the dolphin, navigating the fluid currents of social connection with grace and intelligence, or the elephant, carrying memory, wisdom, and the weight of generations with dignity. In each of these beings, you see a mirror, an invitation to embrace the traits necessary to navigate both your inner and outer worlds. And now, consider your birth month. From January to December, each month carries a rhythm, a cadence, a distinct energy. In its pattern of days and nights, in its position relative to the sun and the stars, it encodes lessons about patience, ambition, empathy, or courage. Your birth month is not simply the day you entered the world. It is a cosmic timestamp, placing you in a context of cycles, seasons, and celestial rhythms that have been observed, revered, and reflected upon for millennia. To ignore these patterns is to ignore language the universe has been speaking since time began. It is to walk through life deaf to the subtle nudges that could illuminate your path. But to engage with them, to recognize the wisdom of the stars and the guidance of your spirit animal, is to step fully into your potential. It is to understand that you are both a product of the universe and a co-creator within it. And what then does it mean to live in alignment with this awareness? It means recognizing that every choice has consequence. It means asking not only what is convenient or comfortable, but what is meaningful. It means acting with intention, thinking with clarity, and moving through life with humility and courage. Because the truth is that cosmic awareness without grounded action is merely aesthetic. It is wonder without consequence. In practical terms, this means caring for the world around you. It means being mindful of your relationships, the environment, the social structures in which you participate, and the communities that shape you. It means extending curiosity, empathy, and knowledge outward, because knowledge, when hoarded, loses its purpose. It flourishes only when applied, shared, and translated into action. And here, the metaphor of the stars becomes literal. Just as galaxies are not isolated, but connected by filaments of gravity and dark matter, so too are we connected through invisible networks of influence and interdependence. Each thought, each action, each moment of conscious engagement contributes to the structure of reality around us. Like a supernova sending light across the void, your choices have consequences that reach far beyond what you can immediately perceive. And so, as the night sky stretches infinitely above you, consider the possibilities that your life, your actions, your curiosity, your willingness to engage deeply with the world can create ripples that echo across time and space. That you can embody the wisdom of your spirit animal, the lessons of your birth month, and the knowledge of the universe itself. That you can live with a consciousness that is at once humble before the cosmos and daring within it. The final, perhaps most important reflection is this: meaning is not given, it is made. Purpose is not discovered, it is chosen. Life, vast and chaotic, does not provide a script. It provides opportunity, curiosity, and challenge. And you, uniquely situated at this precise junction in space-time, are tasked not merely with survival, but with the conscious act of creation. The creation of insight, compassion, understanding, and impact. You are, in a very real sense, a microcosm of the universe, composed of stardust, governed by the same physical laws, participating in the same cosmic dance, yet capable of reflection, awareness, and choice. This is a responsibility not to be feared, but embraced. To live with awareness is to participate fully, to act meaningfully, and to contribute to the unfolding story of life with intention. And so, as we conclude this exploration of birth months, spirit animals, and the hidden depths of your own potential, remember this: the universe is not something distant, abstract, or inaccessible. It is present in every breath, every choice, every connection. Your birth month is a map, your spirit animal a guide, and your consciousness the engine that can translate knowledge into action. Look up at the stars tonight and know that they are not merely points of light, they are reminders. They remind you of scale, of beauty, of the fragility and resilience of life. They remind you of curiosity, of courage, and of the power of observation. And most importantly, they remind you that you, in your awareness, are an integral part of the grand experiment that is existence itself. Step forward with courage, act with wisdom, live with responsibility, and carry within you the knowledge that even amidst the immensity of the cosmos, your choices, your awareness, and your engagement matter. They ripple outward, touching lives, shaping realities, and contributing to the ongoing story of the universe, an ongoing story in which you are a vital participant. This is not mystical speculation. This is grounded truth. It is science, it is philosophy, it is ethics, it is wonder. And it is your invitation to live with purpose, curiosity, and courage. An invitation to make the cosmic dance not just something observed from afar, but something you actively shape with every heartbeat, every thought, every action. So go forth, dear listener. Look to the stars, listen to your inner guidance, honor the wisdom of your spirit animal, and embrace the patterns of your birth month. Walk through the world with intention, act with empathy, and never forget that though you are small, you are consequential. The universe is vast, and yet within your awareness lies the power to make it resonate with meaning. And in that resonance, we find our true humanity. And yet, even as we contemplate the immensity of the universe and our own capacity for impact, there is another subtle truth we must face. The cosmos is indifferent. Stars do not shine for us. Planets do not align in our favor, and the vacuum of space does not judge. Yet, paradoxically, it is within this indifference that our humanity shines brightest. It is within the void, the silence, the cold, and the vastness that we find purpose not granted, but chosen, not whispered by the heavens, but forged by our own awareness and action. This is why the study of ourselves through the prism of birth months, through the reflection of spirit animals, is not merely whimsical curiosity. It is a practice in understanding the fundamental dynamics of being. It is a way to contextualize our lives within the rhythms of the natural world, to see ourselves as threads in the vast cosmic tapestry, and to recognize the responsibility that comes with consciousness. Because knowing that you exist is one thing, knowing that your existence can shape realities small and large is something entirely different. Consider the ripple effect. A kind word, a thoughtful choice, a moment of deliberate presence. These are like gravity wells in the human universe. They bend the trajectories of lives, unseen but real. And just as a planet's orbit is determined by forces far beyond it, so too are we influenced by forces unseen: culture, history, the collective knowledge of generations. Yet, unlike inanimate planets, unlike stars bound by physics, we have agency, we can reflect, we can choose, we can act, and it is in this agency that we find the ultimate intersection between cosmic insight and human responsibility. Your spirit animal, your birth month, even the stars above, they are not directives, nor are they prophecies. They are mirrors, maps, and companions. They remind you of strengths and weaknesses, potentials and pitfalls. They show you what is possible if you align your inner awareness with your actions in the outer world. They remind you that wisdom is not passive. It is a call to act, to engage, to live consciously in a world that too often drifts into thoughtlessness. And so, what does it mean to truly embrace this awareness? It means cultivating curiosity without arrogance. It means practicing humility in the face of knowledge. It means stepping into the world with empathy, courage, and the quiet understanding that every action, however small, contributes to the unfolding story of existence. Just as the smallest particle can influence a chain reaction across the cosmos, so too can one human life inspire change, illuminate understanding, and ignite compassion. Perhaps this is the ultimate lesson of aligning with your birth month and spirit animal. The universe is immense, indifferent, and awe-inspiring. Yet within this vastness, you are neither insignificant nor accidental. You are a conscious agent in an ongoing experiment of matter, energy, and life. And it is precisely because the universe does not care that your care becomes meaningful. It is precisely because stars do not shine for you that your choice to shine through knowledge, through kindness, through action becomes a profound act of courage. As we bring this journey to its culmination, I want you to picture something. Imagine the Earth from space, a fragile blue dot suspended in the dark. Every conflict, every joy, every discovery, every loss, all contained in this tiny sphere. And now, imagine yourself on that dot. Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, radiating outward, influencing others, shaping communities, contributing to a chain reaction that extends far beyond what you can see. That is the paradox of human existence. Small, fragile, temporary, and yet unimaginably powerful in its capacity to create meaning. So here's the invitation, the challenge, and the responsibility. Live consciously. Observe the patterns in your life. Honor the wisdom encoded in your birth month. Listen to the guidance of your spirit animal, and allow both to inform your choices. Engage with the world not passively, but with deliberate curiosity. Understand the mechanics of the universe. Marvel at its beauty, and recognize your own role as a participant, as an agent, as a steward of what is fragile, precious, and rare. Life itself. Do not underestimate the gravity of a single life lived deliberately. Do not underestimate the power of awareness, empathy, and action. And above all, do not forget that the universe, in all its vastness, has given you the most extraordinary gift, the capacity to reflect, to understand, and to choose. Tonight, when you look up at the stars, remember this: you are not alone. You are connected to your ancestors, to the living beings who share this planet with you, to the cycles of time, to the silent but eloquent cosmic dance in which matter, energy, and life intertwine. And in that connection, you find purpose, you find agency, you find the profound responsibility to act with knowledge, to act with care, and to act with the understanding that your life is both a reflection of the universe and a contribution to its unfolding story. This is the essence of human existence: to navigate the vast, indifferent universe with consciousness, empathy, and courage. To recognize that your birth month and your spirit animal are not mere curiosities, but guides in the pursuit of self-knowledge. To understand that, in a cosmos of unimaginable scale, your awareness, your choices, and your actions ripple outward, shaping realities you may never fully see, but whose impact is undeniable. And so, let this be your call to action, your invitation to wonder, and your reminder of the power inherent in consciousness. Embrace curiosity, cultivate wisdom, act with compassion, and step into the world with the understanding that you matter. The stars are indifferent, but you are not. The universe does not mandate purpose, but you can create it. The cosmos does not care, but in that freedom, your care becomes transformative. This is your opportunity. This is your responsibility. This is your privilege. And as you move forward, guided by the patterns of the universe, the wisdom of your spirit animal, and the lessons of your birth month, remember, the cosmos is vast, yet in your consciousness, it finds meaning. And in your actions, it finds hope. So go forth, look to the stars, listen to the guidance within, live deliberately. And in doing so, become the conscious, compassionate, and courageous participant the universe has quietly invited you to be. Because ultimately, in the silence of space, in the light of distant suns, and in the interconnected web of life on this fragile blue dot, your awareness, your choices, and your engagement are what give the cosmos its human dimension, what give the universe not only complexity, but significance. And that, dear friends, is both the wonder and the responsibility of being alive. And yet, even as we gaze outward toward the farthest reaches of the cosmos, we cannot ignore the world immediately around us, the world of our daily lives, our choices, our communities. The same universe that orchestrates the majestic dance of galaxies also shapes the quiet rhythm of a leaf falling in a city park, or the way one person's actions ripple through the lives of many. We are microcosms of the macrocosm, living laboratories of cosmic principles. Gravity binds us, chemistry sustains us, and the very atoms of our bodies were forged in the hearts of stars long extinguished. Consider for a moment, every particle of you, every thought, every emotion is ancient. Your neurons, your DNA, carry the echoes of cosmic history. And in this knowledge lies a responsibility. If we are born of the stars, if we are stitched together from cosmic dust, then our actions are not trivial. They are part of the universe learning to know itself. Our creativity, our curiosity, our capacity for empathy, they are the universe reflecting on itself, trying to understand, to evolve, to flourish. This is where your birth month and spirit animal take on a deeper significance. They are not mere curiosities or entertainment. They are invitations to self-reflection. They are tools to help us recognize patterns in our behavior, tendencies in our personalities, and potentialities in our choices. Just as an astronomer studies the movement of celestial bodies to understand the universe, so too must we study ourselves, our inner worlds, our impulses, our motivations to navigate life with insight and purpose. Your spirit animal, whether it appears as the steadfast bear, the soaring eagle, or the wise owl, is not a mystical apparition, but a symbolic companion. It is a mirror, showing you what you may overlook: courage when you doubt, patience when you rush, wisdom when you flounder. And your birth month, with its seasonal rhythms and archetypal qualities, offers a framework to understand the flow of energy in your life, the peaks and valleys of your emotional landscape, the times when reflection or action will serve you best. And yet, knowing these truths is not enough. Awareness without action is like observing the stars from behind a telescope, but never leaving your backyard. The universe rewards curiosity, yes, but it rewards engagement even more. To live deliberately, to act with intention, to align insight with behavior, this is where the human experience finds meaning. The cosmos may not care, but you do. And in that caring lies the profound power of agency. Now, imagine for a moment the enormity of what this implies. You, as a single conscious being, exist in a universe of roughly 2 trillion galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. The probabilities of your existence, your consciousness, are staggeringly small, practically infinitesimal, and yet here you are, aware, capable, reflective, and with this improbability comes responsibility. Because if a consciousness this rare has emerged, if you have the capacity to understand, to empathize, to act, then perhaps it is your duty to do so. And what does this duty look like in practice? It begins with self-understanding. It begins with honesty about your strengths and weaknesses, your impulses and motivations. It continues in your interactions with family, friends, colleagues, and strangers. It manifests in the care you show toward the planet, toward ecosystems, toward the delicate web of life in which humanity is just one strand among millions. And ultimately, it culminates in your willingness to shape your own life in ways that leave a positive imprint on the universe. Consider the ripple effect again. One mindful choice can cascade outward, affecting countless lives. One act of courage can inspire generations. One decision to protect life, to honor wisdom, to foster knowledge, can echo in ways beyond measurement. And just as the universe is bound by physical laws that govern interactions on vast scales, so too is human society bound by moral and ethical laws that govern the impact of our actions, visible and invisible. And here is the paradox that we must embrace. We are at once infinitesimal and immeasurably consequential. The same person who is tiny compared to the cosmos has the capacity to reshape worlds in the lives of others. And perhaps this is the ultimate cosmic irony. We are small, yet immense. We are fleeting, yet eternal in influence. We are born of dust, yet capable of stirring the cosmos with the simple, deliberate act of being conscious, of acting, of caring. So, what does this mean for you? It means that your birth month is a key to self-understanding, that your spirit animal is a guide to courage and insight. But it also means that the universe has entrusted you with something more profound, the ability to live responsibly, consciously, and meaningfully, to act not merely for yourself, but for the web of life of which you are a part, to cultivate empathy, curiosity, and courage as if they were the most precious resources in existence, because in a universe indifferent to meaning, they are. Now, I want you to take this awareness and carry it forward. Let it shape how you relate to others. Let it inform your choices, your values, and your priorities. Let it remind you that even the smallest action, when guided by understanding and compassion, can reverberate through the fabric of existence like a wave across the surface of an interstellar ocean. Because ultimately, this is what it means to live as a conscious being in a cosmic context. To know that you are part of something vast, complex, and beautiful. To know that you have the capacity to understand, to act, and to care, and to know that your choices, when guided by insight and intention, can give the universe a dimension it would otherwise lack, a dimension of consciousness, meaning, and hope. So, when you next look at the stars, remember, you are not just an observer. You are a participant. You are a conscious agent in a universe of unfathomable scale. You are a reflection of the cosmos pondering itself. And as you live, as you act, as you reflect, you have the extraordinary opportunity to make that reflection brighter, clearer, and more resonant than ever before. The universe is vast, indifferent, and magnificent, but within it, your awareness, your choices, and your actions are luminous. They are rare. They are meaningful. And in that truth, you find purpose not bestowed by stars, not dictated by fate, but created deliberately by you. And so, dear friends, embrace your birth month as a guide, honor your spirit animal as a companion, and recognize yourself as a conscious, deliberate, and powerful actor in the cosmic story. Look to the stars for inspiration, but never forget the gravity of the world beneath your feet. Let wonder and responsibility coexist. Let curiosity and action intertwine, and let the universe know, through your choices, that consciousness is not just a fleeting spark, it is a force capable of illuminating the infinite. Because in the end, the cosmos may not care, but you do. And in that caring lies the possibility for transformation, not just for yourself, but for every life your awareness touches. And that, my friends, is the miracle, the challenge, and the responsibility of being human. So, when you look up at the night sky tonight, remember this. Those stars aren't just distant points of light. They are reminders of the vastness of the universe, of timescales so immense we can barely comprehend them, and of the delicate improbability of your own existence. You are, quite literally, made of star stuff. Every atom in your body was forged in the crucible of a long-dead star, traveling billions of years across space and time just to arrive here, in this moment, in this body, in this consciousness. And yet, here you are not just existing, but aware. You can ponder the cosmos. You can question it. You can care. And that act, your awareness, your curiosity, your capacity for wonder is more rare, more miraculous than any star in the sky. So the question isn't whether the universe matters. The question is, what will you do with the awareness that you matter within it? How will you use the brief flicker of your life to illuminate something larger than yourself? How will you act with empathy, curiosity, and courage? How will you make your mark not in the void of space, but in the lives of others and in the unfolding story of the universe itself? The cosmos is vast, indifferent, and beautiful, but in that vastness, your consciousness is precious. In that indifference, your choices carry weight. And in that beauty, your life can shine. So go forth, explore, question, dream, and act. Because the universe didn't give you eyes merely to see, but to understand. And it didn't grant you a mind merely to exist, but to engage. In the end, the stars will keep shining, galaxies will keep spinning, and the universe will continue its majestic dance. But it is up to you to decide what kind of ripple you will create in that cosmic ocean. And if you do so with intention, with humility, and with wonder, then perhaps in your own small but profound way, you become the universe reflecting on itself, ever curious, ever alive, ever awake. And that, my friends, is the story of us.